Finally, a movie that's tropical.
Welcome back to HIVEMIND Unlimited.
And welcome to another episode of our movie series, How Did It Age? Where we watch older movies and reevaluate them with modern context. Today's movie, chosen by our Patreon and YouTube members, is Tropic Thunder. It's a 2008 film and a comedy/war movie, according to the genre tag on IMDb.
Yeah, it's a great comedy of war. Not funny, if you ask me.
Don't start this way. You gotta lead them in, you know what I mean?
Oh, hilarious.
If you want to know what movie we're watching next in this series, you can join our Patreon or become a YouTube member on our main channel, HIVEMIND. We post about a week ahead of time, letting you know which movie we're going to be watching next for the series, and you guys also get to vote on what the next movie is. The day after this episode comes out is when that poll goes live. It closes on Sunday, and then we will notify you which movie won that poll.
Yes, and with that being said, we did not choose this.
Yeah, we did not choose Tropic Thunder. However, it is the movie that we watched, and it is the movie we will be talking about.
Here we go, Riley. It came out in 2008. It is directed by the wonderful Ben Stiller. It stars his pals, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Steve Coogan, Jay Baruchel, Danny McBride, Brandon T. Jackson, Bill Hader, Nick Nolte, Tom Cruise, Matthew McConaughey, yada, yada, yada. Bunch of gals in this movie.
Yeah, there isn't there's no girl character with a name.
Yeah.
Zero women have a name in this movie, and I did check, it does not pass the Bechdel test.
I don't think so. I'd have to watch it again, which
yeah.
I can't wait to. They shot it on Kauai, where Ben Stiller has a house. This is very like Adam Sandler coded of him. He kind of took the gang out to his house, got a big tax credit from Hawaii, and just blew stuff up and drove around in like ATVs and helicopters scouting locations. So if you like that kind of Hollywood madness, this is great. It is oddly enough beloved, seemingly across the board.
It's a critical smash.
7.1 on IMDb and 82% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 3.6 on letterboxd. And Roger Ebert gushed about it for like 9 paragraphs, gave it a 3.5 out of his 4-star rating, said when it's all over, you'll probably have the fondest memories of Robert Downey Jr.'s work. It's been a good year for him, this one coming right after Iron Man. He's back, big time. This was like a big resurgence era of Robert Downey Jr. This is sober RDJ. He's kind of getting back on track. He starts the Iron Man franchise and...
Getting black on track, more like.
Yeah, black, and once you do that...
You can go back. He went back to playing white characters after this movie.
He really did.
Yeah.
It was a box office smash as well, making $195.7 million against a $90 or $92 million budget, depending who you ask.
It came out the same week as Star Wars, and it beat that at the box office.
Yeah, the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It smashed out Clone Wars, which is crazy. And it was nominated for BAFTAs, Golden Globes, and a couple Academy Awards, those being for Robert Downey Jr. in Best Supporting Actor. It was like his second nominee ever. I think his first one was for, who's the silent movie Hitler?
Oh, Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. He was in that, and he was nominated
He just
for
had
that.
the same mustache as Hitler, by the way. He wasn't like the Hitler of silent movies.
I don't know.
Like,
I've heard some rumors back then he was tough to work with.
Okay, well, yeah, whatever. I guess I don't
Especially
know.
with certain directors.
You know more about movies than me, so.
just wait.
Yeah,
till
my
the
fault.
wait till the
My
context is done.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine, like, you're watching the Oscars in 2008 with your pals, and you're like, oh, yeah, supporting actor, yeah. And then you're like, oh, yeah, well, Robert Downey Jr. in blackface. I mean, obviously, he was nominated for that.
Yeah.
I just can't even think of a comedy that's, like, been this big budget that could have anybody nominated, and this is just so weird that this happened.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Do you want to give us a little,
A synopsis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Tropic Thunder is a documentary that follows 3 actors at different stages of their careers, cast in the movie adaptation of veteran Four-Leaf Taybac's Vietnam War memoir of the same name. Tug Speedman is a movie star in the twilight of his career, desperately trying to be taken seriously as an actor following the critical flop of his turn to dramatic acting in Simple Jack. Jeff Portnoy is a comedic actor known for crude, irreverent movies and an off-screen drug habit. Kirk Lazarus is an award-winning method actor who fully immerses himself in character on and off screen, even going as far to have his skin pigment surgically altered to convincingly play a black man in Tropic Thunder. When the actors are filming on location in Southeast Asia, the movie goes heavily over budget, and first-time director Damien Cockburn decides to abandon the project, drop the actors in the jungle, and pivot to a hidden camera reality escape film. After Damien steps on a landmine and explodes in front of them, the actors, joined by rapper Al Pacino and cinephile Kevin Sandusky, believe they're still being filmed as they face real-life danger.
Nice one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so Robert Downey Jr.'s character is Australian,
Yes.
but he's playing a black guy in this.
Yes.
And he refuses to drop that act until the very end of the movie.
Until the director's commentary or the actor's commentary. He says, I'll
that's what he says. I'm saying, like, he eventually does drop it in this movie and goes back to Australian, which I will say, I understand people being at least impressed, because this isn't like Robert Downey Jr. with his normal voice playing a black. He's playing an Australian guy playing a black guy, and then goes back to Australian. And he also has other accents throughout the movie. Like, he like kind of dips into things where I'm like, okay, it is kind of crazy.
He's the best. He's one of the best actors alive.
There's a lot of people who probably love this movie and wanted us to do it for that reason. There's also a lot of people who just want to see us talk about how blackface has aged in a movie that they've seen.
Well, and you got to remember, this is so long ago.
Oh yeah, 2008. I mean,
oh man, like this was when all the other bad stuff was happening too. So like, you got to take it with not just a grain of salt, but a bucket of salt.
Yeah, this movie's 17 years old.
The Civil War had just ended.
Yeah, and that's what this movie is about, I think.
Essentially, yeah. This movie does play like big parody on like The Heart of Darkness, which is the documentary that was about Apocalypse Now, which was also another war movie that went super over budget and like drove people crazy on set. And Charlie Sheen like lost his mind, or Martin Sheen. Sorry.
I think it's Charlie Sheen.
In Apocalypse Now?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, Charlie Sheen loses his mind as well as everybody else on set. So it plays on that, especially in the last scene where Ben Stiller's like in the dark. And that's kind of like when they meet Captain Kurtz down the river. He's fully lost it and he's immersed himself with the local people.
Yeah, I mean, it's a parody of war movies in general going over budget and like, you know, the source material maybe being exaggerated, like all these things. I understand what it's trying to do. And I feel like still I didn't hate this maybe as much as you did. I think you really hate this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get into it more as we go, but.
Had you seen it before though?
No.
You'd never seen this movie?
No, this is one of the weird ones from this era. Maybe I had seen like I'd tuned in Comedy Central, whatever, watched like there were scenes I remember, like I remember the mine scene, but I've never sat down like with intent and watched it front to back, like with at least with a normal mind.
I saw bits and pieces of it, you know, growing up or whatever. I don't think I ever sat and watched the whole thing. And then I did in Miami when we were there for Rolling Loud. Nice. I watched it with Nick Garver, with Internet Boy.
Hell yeah.
And we sat down and watched it. And I remember both of us saying like, this is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like that was my biggest takeaway. It was not like, oh my God, this is so offensive.
Right.
Because yes, you can perceive it to be offensive, but like that's not the big qualm I have with it.
Yeah.
It's more like that I thought it was kind of boring, especially in the middle. Like I'm like, oh my God.
To me, it just like it's so stuck between, like Stiller says during his press run, like things can be funny and explode too. Like we wanted to make a big budget action comedy.
Action comedy, yeah.
And it's just stuck between those two and it never fully like does one or the other. Like it's not, the action isn't cool enough for it to like be thoroughly enjoyed by me as an action movie. And the comedy is like cheap enough and like corny and offensive enough and seems to kind of lean on the action that like I never really just enjoy it as a comedy movie. Yeah. It's like somewhere in between and just kind of boring.
It's like I always say, instead of being stuck between action and comedy, I'd much rather be stuck between two ferns.
Like the Zach Galifianakis show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get into our favorite lines.
Sure, yeah. This is like the least I've ever written down for a movie.
I was surprised by how much I did write because I think it's a very long movie, by the way. This movie's over 2 hours.
Yeah, I think we actually watched the director's cut because it's listed as hour 47.
Oh.
So unless, I don't know.
Okay, because ours was 2 hours
2:01, yeah.
Yeah.
But director's cut usually would be longer than that. But it was... Yeah, it was strange.
Yeah, and again, I don't care if the director's cut or uncut, but...
Well, he's definitely cut, because he's Jewish.
Ben Stiller.
Damien Cockburn.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So obviously, okay, in How Did It Age, we're going to talk about, there's use of slurs in this movie. There's the R word quite a bit.
Heavy.
This is obviously like a, you know, blackface and black scent thing going on with Robert Downey Jr. Sometimes some of it's funny. Obviously, we won't be repeating some things that are said in this movie.
Yeah.
But one conversation that I do think is very funny, especially in the back half, is when they're talking about Ben Stiller's character, Tug Speedman, playing Simple Jack. And they're kind of talking about that role Kirk and Tug are.
Yeah.
And they're in the jungle and they're, you know, discussing it. And they're kind of like likening it to Rain Man or to other movies like that where somebody plays somebody who's mentally challenged. Yeah, stuff like that. Because Tug Speedman is playing a character who is, mentally challenged, and they use the R word to refer to that. But at the second half of the conversation, Tug's like, in a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb. And Kirk's like, to be a moron. And he's like, yeah, to be moronical. Exactly, to be a moron. An imbecile. Yeah. Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived. And then he's like, when I was playing the character, he's like, yeah, when you were the character. Yeah. He's just like, for some reason, just when somebody lists synonyms like that and just keeps digging it. And obviously, like Robert Downey Jr.'s voice in this movie
is insane.
It's really funny when he like builds like that.
It was really crazy.
So I liked that a lot.
Early note when the news comes on, like Ben Stiller's watching the news on set with the two hands off, which is funny. The news reporter says, the film is reported to be 1 month behind schedule, just 5 days into shooting, which is great. I loved that line.
Because they explode the whole jungle, because Danny McBride is like he's like it's a lack of communication, but he also is just like really wants to blow shit up. And so they blow up the whole jungle before they even start.
Kind of in that same scene when Ben Stiller gets on the phone with Matthew McConaughey, who's playing his agent. McConaughey's like, how's the whole adoption thing going? And Ben Stiller goes, not so good. I feel like all the good ones are gone. And then Matthew McConaughey at his desk looks at a picture of his own son, who's like, Matthew McConaughey's hot Matthew McConaughey. His son's like this big chubby kid. And he goes, at least you get to choose yours. Which that little exchange was so funny to me.
Yeah, that is funny. Another Kirk Lazarus line. I have a bunch of Kirk Lazarus lines, but he's talking to Ben Stiller's character, telling him that he looks jacked because he's trying to he's trying to butter him up to give him the map.
Yeah, to steal the map.
And he's telling him that he looks jacked, and he's like, that's what I'm going for, or whatever. And he goes, you more shredded than a julienne salad. A julienne salad.
That one's good. I like how he's like, you remember in Rambo 1, he wasn't shredded, and then he came back in Rambo 2, he's shredded.
Yeah.
He's like, that's what you look like. Like Rambo 2, though. Like, it's like, no, you're shredded. Like Rambo 2, not Rambo 1. Yeah. You're more shredded than a julienne salad is good. I will be using that when I talk to you when we're in the showers. Later. I like when Damian Cockburn is talking to Four Leaf on the beach during like the cast party. Like he goes out there and Cockburn's just erected this hut on the beach.
Yeah.
And he goes and he like sits next to him and he's like, I can see you don't like the hotel. And Four Leaf goes, beds give me nightmares. I love that line.
I also love that he's faking PTSD the whole time.
Yeah.
You find out that he was just in the Coast Guard and he was in the sanitation department. So that he's like, you were a garbage man, like all that. So it's really funny when you like learn that because the rest of the movie he's acting like somebody who has PTSD. Right. That's really good. I love also, it's a very famous line, but when Kirk, they say like something, what's wrong with you people? And he goes, what do you mean you people? And then Al Pacino, who's a real black person, goes, what do you mean, you people?
That's like the best little exchange. It is nice to have Brandon T. Jackson's character there, like along the whole time, like constantly making fun of Kirk Lazarus. Yeah, he's just checking him on the thing where he's like, you think this is okay? Like, is this how all black people talk?
Yeah.
Oh, we all want. And he's like, I could cook us up some greens.
Yeah. He's like talking about like Southern cooking and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, I used to be a saucier in San Antone.
He's got like a little bit of like a Louisiana kind of like Alabama, Louisiana thing.
Yeah, it's like a panhandle, like deep South guy.
Yeah, and so it is funny to have like somebody else there who's just like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, and he won't leave the character no matter what.
He can't. He can't leave it.
My favorite exchange in the entire movie has to be when Tug is like literally in the jungle and kills a panda bear, which he has this history with a panda bear. And so he calls Matthew McConaughey, his agent, and says, I killed one, Rick. The thing I love most in the world. And Rick goes, a hooker. All right, you killed a hooker. So here's what you gotta, he like immediately, and then he goes into, he's like, you're gonna get some bleach. You're gonna like explains how to clean up a body. It's a whole thing.
And then Stiller goes, no, a panda. And Matthew McConaughey says, Amanda, that probably wasn't even a real name.
It's so good.
And he jumps into action so great. Like he tells the assistant, get off the line, closes the curtain, sits down, and he's like ready to talk him through how to dispose of a hooker's body.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like the scene where Lazarus is trying to convince Sandusky to like steal the map away from Ben Stiller.
The fake peeing.
Yeah, they like walk up to him and he's peeing, and they each give him like this whole plan. But when Robert Downey Jr. turns around after peeing, in order to convince Stiller that he was peeing for some reason, he goes, that smelled like bologna for some reason. And I'm like, what? Your piss? It's a very strange line that I thought was funny.
I love when Kirk has a bunch of these lines where he's like very self-serious. They're obviously making fun of like method actors, maybe like a Daniel Day-Lewis or something.
Of course.
And he's like, I don't read the script. The script reads me.
Yeah, that's good.
And they're like, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah, it's because Sandusky's trying to like the wet offensive in Tropic Thunder, which is funny play on the Tet offensive, which is a real military operation.
Yeah.
And they're like, no one read the book. And then he's like, all right, but the scene in the script.
It's the same in the script.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, you guys read the script, right? And none of them have read it.
It's hilarious. I think like in that same scene, Lazarus is like, what would Steve McQueen and them do in The Great Escape? Run and turn tail? And Sandusky's like, yes, that's what they do. It's The Great Escape. They are literally running away. I love that.
Yeah. I also love when he is a famous line, but he's just like, I'm just like a little boy playing with his dick when he's nervous. And also, sorry that there's going to be clips of us doing what is basically somebody else doing a
for
black
sure,
accent.
yeah.
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 Yeah, you're not going like
I'm not going as
you're
hard
not
as
being
you.
as true to the source
Yeah,
material.
of course not.
That's the
Why
point of
would
the
I?
that's the point of how did it age
Why
though.
would I?
And I don't just do it with people doing blackface and black sense in movies.
you
I do
for
it
other
with
black guys.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I know you're a real method actor.
Yes.
I think, and I was on record saying this in 2009, that RDJ should have won a BET award.
Ooh, shoot.
I didn't say that in 2009. I was 15.
I didn't watch BET then.
3 years after this movie came out, my ex-girlfriend went on a date with Robert Downey Jr.'s son to make me jealous.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah. This same year, he came out with Iron Man 2, so that's just crazy. Think about
No,
that.
it was Iron Man 1.
Jack Black in certain moments as the strung out addict is really doing Jack Black to a full. And
Yeah.
I like some of those moments. I honestly like when he's just like freaking out the most more than like him trying to play the fart comic, which I guess is like the Fatties franchise is like
It's like Norbit.
yeah, it's like an Ed Murphy kind of thing.
Or
right?
like
I
Adam
don't-
Sandler, and I think that's after though. He did
Yeah, I
Jack and
think it
Jill
is, yeah.
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a Eddie Murphy like parody thing. But when he's freaking out, like strung out, it's so good. And he's like telling Sandusky, like, tie me to a tree and whatever I say, like, just ignore me. I'm gonna say I'm good. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I have
And then
this down, yeah.
he like snaps right into being insane. And he goes, anybody have any bug spray? And one beat later goes, don't ignore me. He's like screaming, like so mad. He goes, it's all right. I'm good now. You guys can let me go. I'm good. I feel all right.
Yeah.
He's just so mad. It's such a funny, like,
I was saying
junky character.
that he sounds like Batman during that whole scene. He like jumps into that. But I have it written down where everybody keeps calling Kevin a different name. They call him Kyle and stuff, whatever. I think in this one he calls him like Eldons or something, like some ridiculous name. And then he's like, it's Kevin. And Jeff, so Jack Black's character goes, Kev, whatever the fuck, come over here. I didn't tell you, but Fatty's Fart 3 is coming down the pike and there's a role in there for you if you come over and untie me. And Kevin goes, Jeff, you're just gonna have to tough it out. And he goes, your mother's a cankerous whore. Kev goes, Jesus, man. He goes, hey, man, remember back when I said your mother was a cankerous whore? I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean that. She's not.
Oh, I like when they finally get to the rescue and they bust in and Danny McBride is sitting there with Nick Nolte, who's 4-leaf clover, 2 hands or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, you guys are here? They didn't even realize they were there. They're there to save Ben Stiller. And he pulls them out. He
pulls out their like gag rags.
Yeah, he goes, what are you doing here? And Danny McBride goes, don't worry about it. He has hands.
No, he literally just goes, he has hands. That's the first thing he says. I wrote that down too. It's so funny. Because it's not like, help us. It's just, he has hands.
He's a liar.
Yeah. I love when Al Pacino accidentally slips up and says Lance instead of Nance, talking about like somebody he's hooking up with or whatever. And then they're like, you said Lance. And they're like kind of being like, oh wait, he's gay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just love in the middle of that Kirk chimes in and just goes, everybody's gay every once in a while. So funny.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Also, just him being named Al Pacino. It's a very stupid joke, you know, early 2000s comedy type of thing to have the name just be another name but split up differently. But the funniest like turn that they do with that is when he has the gun and he's like pointing it at all these people in, where are they at that time?
They're supposed to be like in the Golden Triangle, so like Laos or something.
Okay, so yeah, Golden Triangle, and there's all these people on the ground. He has the gun. He's like feeling kind of powerful, and he's like, you know me, baby, it's Al Pacino, 7 fucking VMAs. And then Cody's in the house looking out and goes, not your demo, dude. And then when he says Al Pacino, there's one person on the ground who starts just listing Al Pacino movies.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah. And then Cody's in the house and like says more of them. He goes, Sea of Love. Like he like is doing it. And then Al Pacino goes, get the fuck down. That's a whole different dude altogether. It's so funny.
It's great. That's all I got for lines. I'm sure I'll think of some more in scenes if you don't have any more.
I have 2 more.
All right, let's hear them.
We both really laughed at this, but when Tug Speedman has gone kind of like monotone, solemn, like being like, I'm going to stay here, and he's in the dark barn, whatever, they're like trying to talk him back into it, and it has like this dramatic music building up. And then Kevin's talking him into it, and he's like, we need you. Are you with us? He goes, I'm a rooster illusion. And he goes, fuck it, we'll deal with him later. And just bring him. You really think the turn's about to happen where he's going to be all in on like helping the guys and getting them out of there. And he just goes, I'm a rooster illusion.
He says, fuck it, we'll deal with it later.
Fuck it, we'll deal with him later.
Because it is like, that's the direct parody of the Apocalypse Now scene. Like Sheen gets all the way to Marlon Brando, who's lost his mind. And he like talks him back to Earth. Like reminds him that he's an American guy. Yeah. And then you see Robert Downey Jr. start to shed his characters. He's like, you're a dude playing another dude. The guys are, or the dudes are coming out, they say. Yeah. And then Ben Stiller's like about to break. And then he says, I'm a rooster illusion. Yeah. That is so funny.
Yeah. That's the last line I have, by the way, is Robert Downey Jr. saying, I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah. Because that's also very meta for what this is, you know, but
absolutely.
It's, Also, you left before this happened, but the post credits, not post credits, during the credits, they have a song that is just kind of like a record scratch beat playing, and it just has quotes from the movie playing throughout it. And that was one of them, and like there's a bunch of, you know, there's another one like I'm a lead farmer motherfucker. Like it has like those lines, and it just like echo in and kind of like this like weird kind of garagey thing.
That was before vertical content. You just had to survive off like your little quotes.
They knew it would be quotable, and they definitely lived off quotables from this movie.
For sure. In this whole era.
Definitely. But I mean, I'm not surprised this movie was successful. I'm surprised it was this successful compared to the other comedies from this time. I definitely had it pass through my head while I was watching it. I was like, there's so many movies from this era that I'd rather watch than this.
Yeah, I think honestly it probably got people, it lives off of the corny action and the war factor.
Yeah.
It's like dudes who wanted to see a war movie could watch this and get a war movie and offensive jokes all in one. It's like a Hungry Man.
Yeah, but it's also like it's an unbelievable cast of people, like to the point where I like forgot Tom Cruise was in it, forgot Matthew McConaughey was in it.
Nick Nolte's in it.
I know.
It's crazy.
And like Bill Hader's in it early on, Danny McBride early on, like Jack Black, like these are like heavy. You can't imagine these people in a movie.
Oh, no.
And I had the thought, I was like, imagine getting all of those people to sign on to a movie and it's this movie.
Right.
Like it could have been so many things. If you like think about all these people in one movie, what you imagine will be, I think, better than this movie front to back.
I was lucky enough to see some of the table reads for this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watching Robert Downey Jr. do the voice.
Well, he's not in blackface.
The table read is just, whoo!
Yeah. I'd like to start with the trailers at the beginning of the movie.
Sure, yeah.
It's like fake, it does the pump fake thing where you're watching trailers, but the trailers are for the other actors' stuff.
Yeah, it's a great way for the production studios to just get their logos out there longer than they would in the beginning of a normal movie, which I think is kind of clever.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that, but it also does a great job of setting up what is going on because you don't have time to introduce all these characters. It plops them right in Southeast Asia as they're about to film. So you already have an idea of what Jack Black does. You have an idea of what Robert Downey Jr. does, and same with Tug Speedman, and then Al Pacino as well. It's I like it.
Honestly, maybe one of the funniest scenes in the whole movie is the Robert Downey Jr. trailer with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
It's Satan's Alley or whatever. Yeah. It's just about like two old monks or like bishops that like are gay. It's like Brokeback Mountain for monks.
Yeah.
And it's like 5-time Academy Award winner Kirk Lazarus and 1-time Kiss of the Year Teen Choice Award winner Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's just like horny, hot B-list actor Tobey Maguire and the greatest actor of all time.
Yeah. And it's like, it's so obvious what his kiss of the year is too. It's like the upside down Spider-Man kiss.
Exactly,
so it's such a funny way to like take a dig at Toby.
It is really, and good for him for like playing that little cameo.
Oh, he'll always do that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Of course. And then the Simple Jack trailer, I will say, it is so crazy.
Yeah, it's hilarious because the one thing I do appreciate or like about this movie, and I feel like is the reason it's like so propped up by critics, is because this is the quote you'll read constantly through critics, is the skewering of Hollywood and the self-seriousness of actors.
Yeah.
And it's like makes fun of anybody who has to go through boot camp or all these method actors, and it's making fun of Sean Penn for playing a mentally disabled person or Dustin Hoffman
Or
and
Johnny Depp.
yeah, it's like that's what this movie gets credit for. And at certain moments, I do like that angle because it allows you to be offensive and goofy, but you're actually making fun of Hollywood and not the person.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the quote a lot of like calling them pampered Hollywood actors. We've talked about it where Hollywood likes to poke fun at itself, but these are like super successful, rich people playing the characters too. So they're making fun of themselves, but it almost feels like they're more so making fun of everyone else.
I feel like Ben Stiller has that, like, he has that streak in him. Like, even in like Zoolander and other things he's directed, it's like, yeah, we're making fun of the beautiful people that take themselves so serious, but then you're playing the beautiful people who take themselves so serious on your giant private property in Hawaii that you're like on vacation with all the homies at. Like,
yeah. I mean, Ben Stiller is good at doing that because he is almost extremely attractive.
Yeah.
He's just like the slightest bit off of that. Where so like they do that in Zoolander, obviously, and then they do it in this movie where they're like the third runner-up sexiest man alive. Like you want me to risk this for that guy, you know, whatever. And he does talk about being very handsome in these movies, but also he does it in a way that downplays that he's actually good looking.
Right.
Which is kind of commendable in a way.
Yeah, it works. It's just like, I feel like that's what it exists on.
Yeah.
It exists on just making fun of actors.
Yeah, definitely. I will say I talked about this as a device in the movie, and I love when comedy movies do this, where they give a character two things to look at, one of which would never exist. So when Matthew McConaughey is offered to own like a G5 plane if he lets his friend die in the jungle, he is looking, it shows him like while the song's playing, he's looking at a picture of him and Tug Speedman as Simple Jack in a picture frame. And then it like pans over and he's looking at a pamphlet that says G5 owner manual or something. And it's like, he would never have this other thing. So it's like, oh, tough decision to make. I love when a movie does that. I laughed out loud at that. That's so funny.
Another great Matthew McConaughey or Agent Rick moment I like in the beginning where he's like on the headset and he gets handed a catalog of just huge cans. And he's like, oh my God. And Stiller's like, what? And he's like, no, never mind. And then he like closes it. No title on it. Just like a photo catalog of massive boobs. I was like, it's so stupid, but it was funny. There's a lot of good like physical comedy in this because it is like the action movie. And I like some of the physical comedy that parodies like corny action. Like I like when they're doing the opening scene. And it's a classic thing in a war movie where a guy's like, we need this, and recover. And then he goes, and he's been shot in the head, but he has that moment of like standing there and then he slowly slumps. That happens. And when he hits the ground, his head is a fountain of blood.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And they're trying to cover it up with their
Jack Black's
hands.
trying to just plug the hole with anything. He's like grabbing stuff out of the dirt. He's like,
Yeah.
that is really funny.
Yeah, I like that they mirror stuff too from the original shooting of what is going to be the film
Right.
later in like the actual thing.
Yeah.
And so like the way that Ben Stiller gets like shot and falls to the ground or whatever, they do that again later, and then it's him like with the fake hands at the beginning where his hands are just like exploded spouts, and Robert Downey Jr. is like over him talking to him about it, and he's like, "You're my brother," like all that stuff. They do that again later, but I love that like they so easily could have just played it exact where like the lines are basically the same, and instead at the beginning he's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna make it. My legs are cold," and then he goes, "They're in a puddle," and he goes, "Oh, okay," and they take his
He's Australian at that point. He's like, "They on a puddle, mate."
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, really? Nice." And he's like, "Yeah, but you're gonna be fine."
Yeah, that's super good. And then he does say, he's like, "You're my friend, you're my brother," you know, those things are, it's good.
I do like in the original sequence of that, as he's like getting shot, they're all just saying like the most matter of fact things. Like Lazarus goes, "You better survive." And then he gets back up and then he falls in a hole, and Jack Black goes, "You got to get out of that hole." And then he gets out of that hole and he falls again. They're like, "You better keep running." And then he keeps running. It's so stupid.
Yeah, they're making fun of like the dialogue in war movies because it usually is like really stupid.
Yeah. And there's also like I feel like it does, some of the gore is definitely like satirizing like Saving Private Ryan, which came out, 8 years earlier, but was a cultural, huge movie, still is. There's all this gore of like on the D-Day scene where people are like holding their guts. Sandusky's character gets bayoneted like absolutely egregiously. And then he's holding it, and then he's like in the helicopter and he's like, "What am I even holding? What is this stuff?" He's like, "I can put it back in."
Yeah, they're like, "He's gonna be fine." Yeah. I love that.
It's like not just intestines. There's like a bunch of other junk in there. He's like, "What am I even holding?"
We should probably talk about Tom Cruise as Lex Grossman.
Yeah, Jew face.
You're gonna have to clear up what you mean by that, just for the people who, you know what I mean. Because otherwise,
so sorry.
Yeah.
When the movie was criticized early on, you had blackface and Jew face. And the Jew face in reference there is Tom Cruise drumming up his own character for this movie.
Yeah.
He was casted as something else. They wanted him in it, and he said, "No, it's missing a villain. I'm going to give myself a fat suit, big prosthetic hands, and hairy arms and chest and gold jewelry, bald head, and his name is Grossman.
Lex Grossman.
Lex Grossman, and he's the studio head who's said to be satirizing or making a parody of like Harvey Weinstein or a couple other guys who are like mentioned as source material. Tom Cruise adamant about this, and they didn't even want to promote him as he was in the movie. And then like photos of him on set got leaked, and he like threatened legal action to pull the movie and like sue all these people that like leaked these photos, but like apparently a bunch of people were still fooled that it was him. But it's like an egregious caricature of a Jewish studio owner.
Yeah, and to this day, Tom Cruise says that he wants to make a spin-off about Lex Grossman.
Yeah.
He wants to like make a movie or TV show where he plays that character and it's about him.
Yeah, they've asked Ben Stiller, they're like, "Could there be a Tropic Thunder 2? And he's like, "Tom really wants to do a Lex Grossman movie. So if we did do that, that's what it would have to be."
Right. And it is crazy when you watch it. It took me, I will say, it took me 3 scenes with him to realize it was Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
I was like, who is this?
The voice is kind of a dead giveaway at some points. But yeah, that's the more egregious, like offensive thing in it, because that's not a character playing a character. They're just like, "Oh, we needed a villain. Let's make Tom Cruise like a fat suit, evil Jewish guy."
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I mean, they're both offensive if you want them to be.
Right.
Neither of us are black, neither of us are Jewish.
Right.
It's hard for us to say what's truly offensive about it. It's just kind of like the one does feel like pretty crazy, the Tom Cruise thing, because he's unrecognizable and it just feels a little more like pointed at specific people.
Yeah.
You know, this is like, you're supposed to laugh at the stupidity of a method actor just fully deciding to be a black guy and like going for it. And he gets like checked on that throughout the movie. But with Lex Grossman, you're just watching a really famous actor make fun of Jewish studio heads and really go for it to look like that. It's like pretty wild.
Yeah. That's in a way, it is the funnier one because Tom Cruise was so adamant about doing it.
Oh yeah,
That
when
is
the
the
behind the
funny-
scenes
yeah,
part
it's
of it is
crazy.
insane. Like when I found out that, I was just looking up stuff about it. I was like that he wants to do more with it. I was like, this is crazy. Like
Truly a lunatic.
yeah.
I think my favorite like physical comedy scene is when Ben Stiller, they all get to the chopper and he has to go back for his son, the little kid that made him the stick Oscar. And he's like, I have to go back. He's my son. He like had an understanding. And then he comes running back and he's like, it's not true. And the kid is on his back stabbing him repeatedly. And it's like CGI. And the kid's like, and he's just like on him. And then he just chucks like the stupidest dummy. It's just like a puppet that's like,
And it's like flying through the air like this.
It goes into the river and then the kid crawls out of the river and goes.
He goes like this. It's like so slow. He's like.
And I will just say, like, for me, the scene that aged the worst, not the characters or whatever, is like the funny moment that you brought up when it is Lazarus talking to Speedman through the jungle about his role in Simple Jack. Mm-hmm. Just that back and forth and like how that's like a big punchline in the movie is that this like great method actor is telling or kind of like making fun of Speedman for going full R word.
Yeah.
Is like that whole exchange definitely aged the worst. To me.
And it gets quoted nonstop.
Yeah.
That's something that I had forgotten where that was from.
Right.
And I've heard people say and be like, what are you doing right now? And then I realize it's from Tropic Thunder, but it's
that whole scene.
Tough,
that whole scene to me was like, wow, this is the part that aged the worst. Cause this is like, that's like the joke of the first half of the movie at least. And then the second half is mostly like physical and, you know, stunts and stuff. But that's like the written back and forth between the two big actors. And I'm like, oh, that's sucks.
Yeah. As for Al Pacino being gay in this, I will say they kind of just like brush it off though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the only funny part is that it's Lance Bass.
Yeah.
Like
that
when he
is
says
funny
Lance, like, you know, whatever, it ends up being Lance Bass or whatever. And like, but they don't really do much with it.
Well, Jack Black says he'll stroke the rod and
that's true.
Tickle the
right.
balls and swallow the gravy. Like he goes pretty crazy junkie mode. Mm-hmm. Like on that, that's a little. I had that down as a bad scene too. That
yeah, I guess that's fair. I just in my mind it was like a smaller part that I was kind of like whatever. But
it is kind of weird how like
it's 2008.
Yeah, they're all talking about like the girls and the problems they have as success, and then they bring that up, and then they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
Did you say a dude?
Yeah, and also it's kind of like the, you know, the rapper who was supposed to be so macho and like he then is overcompensating being like, I love pussy. Like, you know me, I'm Al Pacino. I love pussy. Yeah. That type of thing. Yeah, I guess you're right. There is something there, but
I do like it, just again to shout it out. I like Ben Stiller doing the Captain Kurtz thing as someone who's Apocalypse Now is like in my top 4. That is like a pretty funny scene, and like every actor ever wants to do a parody of that scene. And that whole scene's really good, with the ending being that they can't get him to break character with the rooster illusion line. Like that's just so perfect.
Yeah. I do have Robert Downey Jr.
Book it.
I mean, it is like not really because like I'm like, oh, what a performance. It's more like there isn't anything that stands out as like super good or super bad in this movie.
I have Stiller down, but to your defense, I will say Brandon T. Jackson's mom visited the set. The actor who plays Al Pacino, his mom visited set and thought Robert Downey Jr. was Don Cheadle.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's like studio fodder for like, well, it was so believable. The black guy's mom visited and thought it was Don Cheadle.
Right.
But that's a real story that's out there. That she showed up and was like, oh, I didn't know you were Don Cheadle was in this movie.
I love that, 1, he doesn't look much like Don Cheadle.
I don't think so either.
And 2, sounds nothing like Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle could do whatever he wants, though, sound-wise.
No, totally. But I'm just saying it's like funny that that's who she thought it was.
Like from a distance, you see a guy and he's like, oh, I'm cooking up crab apple for dessert. And she's like, is that Don Cheadle? No, I loved him in Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah. Who do you have?
I have Stiller.
Oh, yeah.
It's not my thing necessarily in this movie. I don't mind the Zoolanders. I think they're pretty funny. But he's just like, this is kind of the Stiller money zone. Like the Stiller era like starts with there's something about Mary, and then he gets into Zoolanders and this. Like he's got a thing going here that does kind of work. He has the self-serious.
Straight man main character. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. And he's as ripped as a Julian salad or shredded. He's buff.
Yeah. Oh, couldn't do this movie today. It's simply too problematic.
Yeah, I said maybe it'd be a bunch of straight guys playing gay guys. I don't know why you would want to do anything like this. And then as I was like literally in this bullet point of breaking down this movie, I saw a trailer for this movie called Atropia, which is written by Haley Gates. It's a movie about like a simulation of an Iraq town for soldiers that are going to war in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And it follows like someone who's basically like a method actor or just like an extra actor in the town who just wants to be an actor, but it's like this war parody. I don't know. It seems like an interesting angle in it. Callum Turner and Tim Heidecker are in it. There is a lane for like action war stuff, but it's funny that allows you to do more. In this case, it seems like it's doing more social commentary instead of like
commentary on war. I think is like more so than this movie is.
Right,
This
like
movie more
it's
commentary on movies,
on like Hollywood
Tropic
stuff.
Thunder is, but then that one seems like more commentary about war and the kind of like social conversations, and especially in the modern era about war and how people kind of politicize themselves in relation to specifically the U.S. military, you know?
And so I think that seems like a cool angle.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and I thought it looked pretty good. I got a real humdinger here.
You have a great one.
Yeah, I got Michael Cera as Kevin Sandusky.
Yep.
Eric Andre as Al Pacino.
Yep.
Jonah Hill as Jeff Portnoy.
Okay.
Brad Pitt as Kirk Lazarus.
Why not?
Because I feel like it for some reason he could pull that off doing the whole thing.
He's doing blackface again in this recast?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Okay.
Timothy Chalamet as Tug Speedman.
Sure.
Because, you know, straight man, it's, you know, whatever. And then I have Stavros Halkias as Lex Grossman.
Yeah, knocked it out of the park.
Thanks, man.
You want to know what I wrote?
Yeah.
I wrote all Asian cast, but they're playing white guys.
So now every person in the cast is doing the Lazarus thing.
Yes.
Okay. Why?
What?
Why?
It didn't ask that.
It didn't? I mean...
It didn't. I just answered recast.
Yeah.
I didn't... There was no... Was I supposed to do a why?
No, I guess I don't know.
I'm just trying to make a funny movie.
Yeah, so you think a funny movie would be all Asian guys playing white guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
It does say that.
What does?
The question.
It says why.
Oh, recast and why. Yeah, it does say that on the doc.
Oh. Okay, so all Asian cast playing white guys because that'd be funny,
Perfect.
Thank you.
There's something happening here.
I mean, it probably cost them
What
a
it
fucking
is.
arm and leg.
Yeah, they have apple bottom jeans too.
Yeah, it's just like classic Vietnam War movie songs, 60s, 70s Vietnam era songs mixed with rap songs of the day.
Dude, have you heard Club Husband yet?
What?
New T-Pain song, Club Husband?
No, I like the sounds of it though.
Oh, yeah, you're going to like the sound of it too, yeah. I don't know what to make of it, but I was just watching new music videos yesterday. That's a weird way to say it. And Hunter was in the kitchen making pancakes, and he was like, "Is this T-Pain?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he kept making pancakes, and I went to the next song. Comes into the room, and he was like, "Was that saying Club Husband?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the name of the song." And he was like, "It's weird. I don't know about that." And I was like, "No, when I was listening to it, I was like, huh, it's probably not T-Pain's next like big hit or anything, but it is stuck in my head." And Hunter sang the hook to me right as I said that, and I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, that's kind of, there's something about," I was like, "T-Pain needs to make a comeback, but you should listen to Club Husband. It's 3 years in the making."
It's 3 years in the making.
Yeah, he's you know how he Twitch streams, he does all the streaming. He like had that song and previewed it 3 years ago, but didn't finish it until recently and then put it out.
Yeah, so
and people have been begging for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but no, he said he was working on it for a long time. Wow. You can tell. The music video has a lot of choreography as well.
I don't think he needs to make a comeback. He's like headlining festivals.
Is he?
Yeah, he like didn't he do a headlining set at Coachella this year?
No.
Oh, he had a big cassette.
A big cassette?
Yeah, a big cassette.
Oh, so like a
he dropped
a vinyl
he dropped
or something?
tape. No, a cassette this year.
But it's big.
No, it was big.
Oh,
like,
the cassette, like the song.
A big cassette this year. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He does not had like a big hit in like 10, 15
yeah,
years.
that's true. He probably hasn't had like a top 40, but I feel like as a legacy act, he's like massively successful.
I would not say so.
I would, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think that he's playing anywhere near the top bills of festivals.
This
That's
is
not to
about
say
Tropic
I think.
Thunder.
Well, yeah, but now we're talking about Club Husband a little bit. It's
I
not a little
wasn't.
bit of a
You
detour.
were. Yeah.
And so all I'm saying, I believe that T-Pain is talented enough to do all of those things. And I think that people are yearning for his sound to come back into the fold in terms of mainstream pop music. So I think that we should run up Club Husband so that the next song can be his next Buy You a Drink.
Okay.
And T-Pain, if you need help promoting Club Husband, obviously I did a lot. This is a free one, but you're welcome on the show anytime because I feel like we'd get along great. First of all, I watched the Nappy Boy Gaming streams, and I think that...
What are we doing?
It's good stuff, and you seem like a great guy, and I'm a big fan of your music, and so it'd be awesome to have you on the show. Main channel HIVEMIND, Yellow Wall one. Go check one of those out, and go see if you can imagine yourself in between us two fellas.
Would you recommend this movie to someone?
Oh, I said no, it's boring.
Yeah, I said no as well.
I would recommend maybe like a compilation of funniest moments on YouTube.
The BTS is actually really funny, like deleted scenes and stuff.
I wouldn't say they're funny. I like their music though.
Yeah, they're hilarious to me because they're Korean. Robert Downey Jr. getting other people to break. Those scenes are really fucking funny. Jack Black like can't handle it the whole movie.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I gave it 2 stars and said second most racist character named Kirk.
Who's the first?
I won't speak ill of the dead.
Oh, character. Oh, I get it. I put 1.5. They really thought they did something with this one.
That's good.
It's Ben Stiller, such a pompous fuck on this whole press tour for this thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all these hoity-toity Hollywood actors, we really stuck it to him with this one. And I'm like, your legs are crossed and you're doing a... Right.
Our legs are
I'm not making fun of hoity-toity actors, though.
Yeah,
Telling
that's what we're
hoity-toity.
doing.
No.
That's what the most of this series has been.
Not making fun of anyone. I definitely didn't spend $90 million to skewer Hollywood elite.
Oh, no, I said
one.
most of this series has been.
Has been.
Stiller. Yeah. It seems like most of our How Did It Age movies have
fuck
Ben
that.
Stiller in them. But did I mention that I think it's kind of funny that his name is Jack Black and he's not the one doing Black?
No, you didn't. I'm glad you got that one out, though, before it wrapped.
Yeah, for sure.
Vote us a better movie next time.
Yeah, or just whatever you want to see us talk about. I'm sure this was still a fun episode to watch, even if you love this movie and we didn't like it, or if you hate this movie and you're glad that we didn't like it very much.
Sure.
All of those things are fine. We're just doing our honest duty of watching the movie you guys tell us to and saying what we think about it. So if you want to vote on those, it's an open-ended forum, so you can just say whatever movie, and then we have a way to tally them and figure out which one that we're going to be talking about next. This one, I believe, got 12, maybe 13 votes.
Yeah.
It won in a landslide.
Yep, the one before Truman Show got like 9.
Yeah.
So
and Scream as well.
Yep.
So yeah, you can check that out on Patreon. There'll be a post tomorrow. Also for YouTube members, check on the community tab. That's also where we put our exclusive videos that you can watch almost every single week. Other than that, this has been How Did It Age? This has been Tropic Thunder. We've been HIVEMIND Unlimited, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You played this video game?
The Tropic Thunder video game? Yeah, it came out first.
Yeah.
Came out before the movie did. I like it a lot.
I think when
it's really good.
When you get on a kill streak with Jack Black, you can power up like a big napalm fart.
Yeah. I killed someone in real life, and it's been eating at me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Like, I don't obviously feel any regret, but
Of course.
I think the hardest part is just everywhere you go, you think somebody knows.
Oh.
Like when you pass like a police officer, you're like, what the heck? Like,
I had this problem for a little bit, obviously like the month afterwards or whatever. I knocked off a couple of people that I thought were super suspicious.
I already tried that. It didn't work for me.
What didn't work?
I still feel nervous everywhere I go because I feel like people know. Like they look at me and they can tell like I'm not face or something.
You even knocked off a couple extras?
Yeah, I knocked off a couple extra people.
Oh.
I don't feel guilty about those ones either, but I just feel like everywhere I go, people know I'm a murderer. And it's like a big bummer, yeah, because it's like
that sucks.
I just feel like it's almost like I don't know the choreography when I walk into a place, like saying hi to people.
Are people excited to see you, or are they scared?
Yeah,
or they shouldn't be scared because if they are scared, then you're probably gonna kill them.
Yeah, I know. It would be smart for them to not be scared, but at the same time, like I just feel like everybody knows, like everywhere I go, and it just makes me feel awkward.
Everybody knows that you killed some folks and buried them deep in those woods, yeah.
Under the floorboards of my cousin's house, actually.
Under floors and in all the walls you filled.
It just sucks because it's so like I feel like socially awkward.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like everybody can read it on my face that I killed somebody and then killed other people as a result of killing that.
If
first
it
person.
helps, I don't even believe it. Like with you confessing it to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's some comfort in that, but at the same time, I know in my truth that I did it, and so it just sucks because everywhere I go, I'm like, oh, like somebody, like somebody will glare at me weird in a restaurant, and I'm like, oh, damn, they know, or like maybe it was their friend or something, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
well, let's try and forget about it for now. All right.
Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Okay.